Good morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI-driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence report. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity.
On all the things.
Show people your contracts, where you're making money, where you're making money, where you're making money. If we just sit here and say money 100 times in a minute, like that's no.
That's funny.
No.
Oh my God, Blake, you're hilarious. He's all male. Candygram.
Right?
Oh my God. Oh,
Candygram.
Blake, you are a comedian. Oh my goodness.
Blake's a realist. Blake's a realist.
He makes me laugh. Hey Blake, we need to I need to get an appointment with Blake and Katya to go over our things. If you all could schedule appointments, that would be awesome. I know you're in the middle of finals and all that, so that's why I'm not pushing too hard.
No worries. My last final will be tomorrow. So after that, I will be smooth sailing.
Hallelujah. And then how long are you off school for?
I will be off school until August 22nd.
Okay.
We're gonna have a bucket list of stuff for you to do, bro.
Yep. We're gonna add some commas. So by the time you go,
we're gonna send you back to school.
You're like, why am I in school?
Have y'all ever seen Van Wilder?
What?
Have you guys ever seen Van Wilder?
Oh,
Heard of it, haven't seen it.
Okay.
Don't watch it.
No, stop.
He's a terrible example, or he's a good example of what not to do.
You didn't get the moral of the whole story. At the end of it becomes a sequel.
Oh boy. Okay.
Who here likes Deadpool? Nobody likes Deadpool. Who likes the actor that plays Deadpool? What's his name?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Does everybody hate Ryan Reynolds? Is that where we're at? Ryan Reynolds hate club?
Oh, I think he's pretty funny.
There we go. Okay, cool. He did this thing about being in college for 9 years or something, and it's called Van Wilder. It's funny because again, like he made a career out of going to school and learning all the things, right? And what he learned was how to play the system. So, but long story short, he ended up graduating, but he did it out of necessity more than desire. So people, that's something that I bring to the table right now is people do shit out of necessity, not desire. If you approach people thinking they're doing it out of desire, because that's why we do what we do. Like I know that's why I do what I do is I desire to do the right thing. When I actually need to do something, I have a whole different mindset about it. There's just a different way I approach it. Like I woke up this morning at 4:30 and I needed to make phone calls. I didn't even pray. I didn't meditate. As a matter of fact, I have this rule that I am not allowed to talk to people until I've had my 30 minutes of meditation and 15 minutes of prayer. There's a damn good reason for it. So for me to intentionally not pray and meditate before I talk to people meant that I needed to get something done, and there was a different tone I had to have that make sure. And sure as shit, after I was done meditating and praying, all the people that I reached out to were on my phone. Right? So, because the desire to get it accomplished is only getting me so far. The need to get it done, it's just a different mindset. Right? So, and that's where Van Wilder comes into play. Like the dude didn't need to graduate. He had no desire to do anything but go to school every day. Right? So when that desire changed to need, well, holy shit, look what I can get done.
Tina said that she likes Deadpool.
Tina's my friend today.
Tina's your friend. The rest of us are not your friends.
All right, you got it. Hello.
Tina's driving.
All right.
Yes.
So
now you like You used to see her in the yeah, you see her in person.
Do you live in Arizona? Or you live in
No,
So it was Laura's birthday yesterday, and we went and began the
dancing?
we went and we found a secret speakeasy.
They got drunk.
It was so fun. But what was the name of your drink?
There was two of them.
Agree to disagree.
But you also said, what was the first one? We all had the
It was the
bad decisions.
no, I did something bad.
I did something
something
bad.
bad.
That was the name of the drink.
Called I did something bad. Get a shot of I did something bad and followed it up with
I agree.
I
to
agree to
disagree.
disagree.
And what was yours? It was funny too.
Mine was 50 first date.
Oh, that's what it was. That's good.
50 first dates. It was a chocolate liqueur flavor and it didn't go with any of the food I was eating, but oh well.
Right. So Trevor, I hear that you're jealous. That just means you need to come and we're gonna like take you to all the speakeasies. There's like a whole world of underground speakeasies here.
Well, and again, this goes back to the state of Arizona didn't exist until 1912. Does anybody happen to remember what happened around that time period with prohibition and stuff like that?
You're the historian.
So 1938, like most of the towns out here became towns, and it was because they all had speakeasies underneath the office buildings. So a lot, like that's what I was trying to figure out when we were in there. I'm like, Jesus,
That one office building, they literally have that giant, beautiful speakeasy.
right, huge
Yeah.
basements. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they just disclosed there's an entire city underneath LA somewhere. Did you see that one?
What?
An entire city underneath LA, like McDonald's, post offices, Starbucks. And it's the underground part.
Oh my
Of
gosh,
LA.
that's hilarious.
Like this is not no, we're no longer wearing tinfoil hats. Trump released the billions of records of UFO sightings and like all that stuff. So now UFOs exist, aliens exist. We got to update Catherine on all the things because she just sits in her office and works all day. So
I don't go.
she
through all this
doesn't
stuff. I'm
she
like,
doesn't do any
"Mm,
CNN. She doesn't do any
No,
social media.
no.
We actually have two people running her social media account and an AI that sounds like her so they can sound like her.
Uh-huh. It's
Uh-huh.
true.
Uh-huh.
It's true. So Tommy is now making AI videos of me, and we had my son watch them, and he was like, "Mom, this is creepy."
This is weird, Mom. So, but the power of AI is pretty cool.
You all get the real me. Yay.
This is that is the real Catherine. I can vouch for it. But all right, some of the things today. So what I wanted to do, Catherine, if you don't mind, can you pull up the GPT real quick? And I made a to-do list that I don't mind sharing with the team, but I need to get this, like, again, this is the need to, not the want to. This is the,
Gotta get this done.
got to get it done. So
Come on.
do you have the app?
Come on.
There we go.
Trying to wake it up.
It's thinking about it. It's
Uh-huh.
acting
Do you want me to
like
share?
Katya's. We can share it.
Savage Land Company. Wow, that is quite the pose. Who is that? It's fabulous.
I
You're building
believe
something.
old Savage has been in here before.
There you
I
go.
knew he looked familiar.
I love it.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good
Doing
to see
sweet
you.
today, bro.
Hey, Tommy, I finished the investor survey. Did you get it last night?
Oh no, let's go look.
Okay.
And
We
then
will-
while we're waiting for the GBT, if we wouldn't mind going to the links that I posted in the chat and opening them up and then sharing them to other groups, that would be fantastic. We're trying to boost our numbers.
You're
Get on
amazing,
the
like,
social medias and pass that stuff around. Go look us up on social media, share it with people, share it to the groups you're part of. Like, let's build this community. So we're actually going to be doing a contest where we're going to be looking for people to nominate an entrepreneur or an operator that they feel needs to tell their story and inspire people. So if somebody you'd like to nominate, like I'm going to nominate Katya as the queen of dirty dirt finding. And I want her to tell people how important it is to go out and do the due diligence and discover before we waste $10 million, discover how to find these deals and make them great. So that's an example of what we're looking for, is to go out and nominate people. Catherine, if you'll scroll down over there on
And
the
real
side.
quick, Catherine, we're also not live on TikTok.
I'll have to go back and fix that. Thank you. Doodles TikTok. People are messaging on Facebook. Okay, go ahead.
All right, we
Stop
want
like-
to let people on Facebook know to go to Zoom, follow the links to get in here.
Landsharkmastermind.com.
Landshark Mastermind. We do not participate with the Facebookers, because we have people that have paid to be in here. They've spent money and time to be in our Zoom call. So if you
Yep.
want to be over on Facebook, we love you. Great. Watch the show and shut the F up.
No, they're asking how to come on. Okay.
Then go to
ahead.
Zoom. Go to data center and AI right there. So we've got some important things that need to get done today. And so if you'll scroll up, you'll just see where we're at
I'm not. Oh, this way.
that
Okay.
way. And so come back down. Some of the things that we have to do, the priority stack for today is the data center deal. It's got the highest urgency because we've got to get the contract from Tavarius. We actually were taught that we finally agreed to a term, and we need to put it into a purchase sales agreement. Whoop, whoop. So we're going to be doing a double closing. And so we need to execute the EMD. It says AMD, but I don't have my teeth in, but
Really quick, does everybody understand what a double close is? Mainly Katya and Blake. Saray, do you know what a double close is? I want to make sure everybody understands what you're saying.
I
I
don't,
don't, but I wrote it down to research later.
so there's two ways we can do it. We can do a contract assignment or a contract double close, and actually have this in a description right underneath it to go over that, because I knew that we were going to get into that, but we'll go over that next. Moving through this, I've got to also get somebody boots on the ground down there to verify that the articles are down there still that we have. There's a bit of machinery down there that we have to cover. So that's where that's at. We want to make sure the machinery's there. We got to get the double closing done, documents for that. And then that'll take care of the data center. So it gives us a list of all the things we need to do there. And so Catherine and Laura are going to be working with me on all this so that we can knock this out. Next thing is going to be the United Tiny Homes Outback RV tiny home deal. We've already got a disclosure doc about finished for the 15 million on the construction equity raise side. We've got a $9 million debt side. So it got those two mixed up right there. We got to get the EIN for the Outback tiny homes. We got to finish the disclosure docs so that because there was quite a few blanks within that disclosure doc form for that. We get all of this done, and what that will do is position us to have that conversation with Gail, where we can say, here's our contract, here's our proof. Please step aside and let us move into taking over the company. And then finally, part of that is to get with Rick and continue the closings. We got the one property. We've got a commercial property that we got for, it was like 48,000, and we got a base value of 102 on it. So I want to get a new loan on that and pull some equity off of that. And then, because I can get a lease on the property for, make it worth about 250. AI training class is the final thing. Oh, the RV closing. We got to finish the closing on the RV part. So that's what Michelle, basically, we got to take it from R&T LLC, what it's sold in the R&T Holdings, and get that over to Outback RV. And then the last thing is that Catherine's got our AI. I heard you talking to company this morning. So I think what we would like to do is build out your sales campaign for this, set up the class for June, and do it the first week of June on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever that is, and set it up for you to do your 3 or 4 hour per day education on that, set up that class and get people to sign up for that. And we can use the automated team to get those bookings and get those closers that we just brought on to make that happen. The package for the AI, which is going to be the Rosetta Stone, the AI voice, and
Virtual advisory board.
I think it's gonna, you can either do the virtual advisory board or give them a GPT, right? So let them choose between one or the other, and we can actually tell them which one they need because they probably wouldn't know. Right. Some people are going to need a GPT, like Dr. Fernando yesterday. Right. So we've already got Dr. Fernando signed up. We need about 4 more. We only have room for about 5 people or entities to do that course to make it fair for everybody. So, and then we'll get that set up so that we can get some revenue in. So that's it. That's all we had for the notes this morning. Catherine and I call this circling the wagons. We do this every day between 8 and 8:30. We go through all the things that we have to do and we get those taken care of. We use our billionaire behavior worksheet and we get things accomplished. Not yet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
The next thing was the signable contracts in Virginia. So if you'll scroll up
How far up?
all the way real quick, because it's just 2 things. So an assignable contract, and it says right here, in Virginia, yes, an assignable contract can be done and generally can be assigned only if the contract allows you to assign it. Okay. But there's a tripwire in Virginia that says if I do 2 of these a year in a 12-month period, then it is no longer considered an assignable contract, and I can only do that if I'm only allowed to do 2, period, in that time period, I believe. I think it's either that or I have to be a broker,
Interesting.
right? So on this situation, what would happen is I've got a $4.5 million contract, and then I've got a guy that I signed that with, and he's selling me the building. Hold on. And then I've got another guy behind me who wants to buy it for $7 million. And all I would do then is just assign that contract on an addendum over to the higher buyer. And then at the closing, they would pay the seller his money and me the remainder. Right. And so,
That's called a double close.
no, that's called an assignment.
Okay.
The double close is that I have to have money to close, pay off the seller, then I can sell it to my buyer, execute that contract, and bring that money into my pocket
All at the same time.
all at the same time, at the same table. So I need a lender to lend the $4.5 million to me to give to the seller
15 minutes.
for the hour and 15 minutes it takes to do all the paperwork. Then that guy on the other side that bought it from me brings his $7 million over. I pay off my $4.5 million and take out all the closing costs out of the remainder. And then whatever's left after all the closing costs and all the bills are paid
That's profit.
is mine.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how that works. Something that just popped in my head that I want to put in here real quick. But anyway, go back down. So the best way it says to do it is to do a double closing. And the reason is because it says here, if your second or more compensated assignable contract has been done in 12 months, it's treated as engaging in broker activities unless you're properly licensed. So that was the assumption I created, was that you have to have a broker's license to be assigning contracts like that all the time.
Double close.
Right. If it's a double
But you
close, not
want
assignment.
2 a year.
Right.
Okay.
Up to 2 a year.
Okay.
2 or more. You can only do it once, basically.
Got it.
If you do number 2, you better be a broker. If you do
Got it.
if you do 3, you better be a broker.
Right.
So 2, 3, so basically wholesaling, what is known as wholesaling, assignment of contract, is 100% illegal beyond 1 in the state of Virginia unless you are a licensed broker.
Right.
Right. And so there's this guy on TikTok right now I'm feuding with who, like, this is what he tells people. Oh, I drive 14 Lamborghinis every day because I make $150,000 by selling somebody a piece of paper. Okay, well, you better have been selling that piece of paper at $100 million, because if you sold somebody's house and made $150,000 as a wholesaler, you should be thrown in jail. That's called equity theft. And equity theft should be punishable by law, and it's not. Okay.
Yep.
When you can lie to somebody to their face and get them tricked into believing that most they're going to get is 300,000, and you turn around and sell it for 500,000 on a piece of paper, you didn't do no work to do it. You just went to the closing office and said, here's this paper, here's this paper. you signed one, signed the other, and walked away with $150,000 in your pocket, you're a snake and a thief,
Right.
right? So,
Tina's offering to help, just so you,
oh, awesome.
yeah.
If she's in Virginia, I need her to do a drive-by. Not gangster style or nothing.
So let's talk to Tina after. And then Trevor, so Tina put something in here. She says, what you think? I can pull this up.
Oh, okay. We can play with that. So anyway, before you finish that, let's just hustle that out right there. If you go down to the bottom, basically what it discovered was that in the situation I'm in, what it is, we've got two buyers on one contract. The other buyer is MIA. So we have to remove the other buyer so that we can close on the property. And what we're having an issue with is that the seller and the seller's lawyer know that the property can sell for way more than we're buying it. And so what they're trying to do is dogleg us all the way to the end of the contract and then say, oops, you're out of contract, and then sell it to somebody else. Because they probably already have a backup. Like I said, it's on LoopNet at 4.75. We're buying it for 4.125 plus closing costs.
Right.
Right. So long story short, if I told them, I said, if we have to wait to the end to let that contract go void and then initiate a new contract, I want that contract signed right now.
Right.
And I want it to go live 36 seconds after midnight when this one goes dead.
Right.
So, and so at that point, if we can get that accomplished, that's great. Otherwise, I've got to take this seller and the title company and their lawyer to court. And it's called it's not a restraining order, but it's
It ties it up so they can't do
right.
anything.
It
with
basically ties it up so they can't do anything until we get it all sorted out.
So arbitration.
It's an arbitration move, yes, but it's kind of a restraining order, stopping them from doing anything.
Right.
So
They're not allowed to show it or move forward with anybody else.
no, they
Right.
can't show it, sell it, nothing. So, but last night, is Amore in here yet? Amore and I ran a deal last night, and I wanted her to talk on it a little bit, but she's not in here. Let's see. All right,
So Tina's got a deal.
Tina's got a deal. Let's run.
Tina's got a deal.
Okay. Tina, that looks interesting. We're about to have the OM packet
me to
to
click
explore
it?
more about this RV park deal. Let's just take a peek at it real quick. I gotta get a protein shake. Oh, do you? Oh, you're the boss. 2.8 million seller
I
finds.
had a friend send that to me the other day on email. She said, let's go into one of these.
Okay.
And so I'm just starting to look at it, and I thought I'd get your opinion as
Roll
well.
it down. 27 acres, 47 sites. Those are
Hookups 30 and 50 amp.
It looks like it might even be a turnkey. I'm not sure.
Well, water,
Mhm.
subject, Wi-Fi.
they got Wi-Fi. It looks pretty. Looks pretty clean. I like North Carolina too. That's why that last picture right there is why I like North Carolina.
I do too.
Right there. Green. The color green, for some reason, is very attractive.
Favorite color.
Holy crap. And then these lilacs right here, that's my second favorite picture right there. Holy crap.
Your favorite color thing. So,
Why you gotta be telling me?
well, because right there. We got
Kadia, stop
flowers.
laughing, bro.
pink bows.
All right. So have you ran it through Deal Hunter yet?
No, I'll do that today. She just emailed it to me this morning. So
You
I
Well,
pulled
on
it up.
right
I'm like,
now?
well, I might as well drop it in here and get some feedback.
And so this is on parksandplaces.com, right?
Yep.
And and this is a for sale thing. Okay, let's do this. Let's run the deal. Let's see let's spend about 5 minutes, hit this thing.
Okay.
Copy and paste that. Let's just see if it'll do that real quick. Copy and paste that right there. Go to next time that comes up, if you don't mind, follow through with that because it needs your eyeballs, like your retinal scan or something, because I can't get it.
I have to do it when we're not live.
All right,
Okay.
so give me space underneath it and then Let me talk to it. Are you able to evaluate this website for a property? And so what I want people to take into consideration is that when using Deal Hunter, I want to be very general in the beginning with it. It's important to be very general with it
I
because
found it.
there we go. All right, there we go. There we go. Keep going. So this is important because even before the conversation with somebody, you're able to know, like it needs to have an income of 250 or 350,000. And if they come to the table and are like, oh, we netted 102,000 here and then added our mortgage back to it so we could change the net number to be something bigger. You already know. All right, I appreciate your time. Have a good day. Right? What's the unless you're going to be like Candygram, pizza. Like, come on.
Mail.
By the way, did anybody notice Blake's background a few minutes ago?
No, I missed it.
Oh
it
my
back.
gosh, Blake,
Put it
put
back.
it back. Look at this.
I don't know what
Everybody,
you're talking
Oh my
about.
God, that's hilarious.
Yes. Oh my God, I want it. Please. I want that for mine. Put it on mine. Put it on mine. Put it
It's
on
so funny.
mine.
And
Oh
nobody
my
saw
God,
it. And
Blake.
Blake's like,
Look at the
whatever. I'm
sharks
just gonna
everywhere.
put it
There's a shark
away.
there. There's a shark there. There's a shark there. We got a double shark up on the wall.
Blake, you win.
Look at the
Isn't that
shark's teeth in
awesome?
the tray. God damn it. But all right, so now the contest is who could be better than Blake? Like at that point, that's the
Look at
contest.
So funny. I don't think anybody.
Look at
There he is. Wow.
Listen, that's enough. That's enough onomatopoeia.
Oh my God, that's so awesome.
We love the onomatopoeia around here.
And poor Blake had it on for like 5 minutes and nobody noticed. And then he's like, fine, I'm just gonna put on the basic
I didn't
back.
change it. The background automatically adjusted.
Oh, really?
There's preset ones.
That's
Yeah, see,
awesome.
so Katya, are you projecting?
We're not going to psychoanalyze people. Okay.
Right.
So
Let's psychoanalyze.
back to
Let's
this.
psychoanalyze this deal. So right here, it shows that the hard no-go is under 215. Expansion not actually approved. Septic well capacity is maxed out. Floodplain risk limits usage. CapEx claims are undocumented and revenue is highly underdependent and inflated by one-time events. Okay. So a soft go, it's only worth pursuing if the seller provides financials and utility expansion documentation. And then you can see where the good go is. Go up a little bit. It doesn't have a good go. It's got a soft go and a no go. So go ahead and hit the dictate button. Yep. Let's do a feasibility study of this park. And in this area, show us what the current market conditions around this area are to help support any pro forma of a $302,000 NOI. Trevor, if you got that mobile home park development already ran and ready to go ahead and start sharing your screen and we'll stay here. And then as soon as we're done here, we'll jump over to yours. And because this might take a minute. So let me know when you're ready, Daddy.
You see my screen?
Well, yeah, there we go.
So this is the one I mentioned yesterday here on the east coast of Florida. It's raw land, about 10 acres. It's got it sent from a wholesaler. I requested some more information since running this, and I actually just plugged a lot more into it. This was the stuff that you guys told me to check on opportunities on, which I do need some guidance and help with.
Got it.
But I think the seller is basically saying if nobody buys it, that he's going to develop it himself. 10 acres is supposedly gotten approved for 64 unit mobile home park development here. It is all raw land, has sewer and water and electric, already zoned for a mobile home park, asking $1 million plus the wholesaler's fee, no seller financing. or build 150 houses low income housing.
Right.
Anyway, I ran it. I'll skip down a little bit because I've actually put more information. At first pass, it said good read, but don't buy blind. Obviously, run it for mobile home park as well as max density. It said obviously the max density path was a little bit tougher of a sell and a little bit more risky. The mobile home park was a little better. This is where it said to verify the OZ status and how to verify the census tracts. And that's why I think I need some of you guys' help of where to go to look for that.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go ahead and go down. I was just thinking I would ask it a question about the census tracts. I would have said, find this property on a map and see if it fits in the map. I don't know if you
Let me,
asked it to do
I'll
that.
get to that here. I did plug in some more. So basics, it lays out path A for the mobile home park. It lays out path B, pros and cons and risks. It gives a go, no go, LOI terms of what we should look at, immediate due diligence checklist, which actually a lot of this is what I went back to the wholesaler with. And I said, hey, do you by chance have any of this information from the seller? I came back with what he gave me, which was a very basic Google Doc.
So here, ready, you asked the seller for that information, right?
I asked the wholesaler who's got it under contract.
Right. So my suggestion would be to take that exact list and feed it back to GPT and say, can you find this? And here's the reason. We assume since it's telling us to do it, that somehow it doesn't know to do it. And so the way I work with Charlie is I say, listen, you told me to go find this, but that's not my job. That's yours. Go find it.
Got it.
And so if you reprompt it to go back and look at that stuff, it's amazing what it'll come back with.
Okay. I think it ended up doing that, but here, let me keep going. So this was basically just another form of the OM of some basic details. And then I actually got even more information after still digging with the wholesaler yesterday. It confirmed parcel ID, it confirmed acreage, all that good stuff. Some real big basics of stabilized NOI, base evaluation, how long it would take to stabilize, how long it would take to build.
Right.
It verified that 64 pad mobile home park is the right plan versus the 150 low unit income housing. It plugged in a revenue model. I'm going to skip that all for now. It gives an updated underwriting option, biggest diligence checklist. And again, I went back and I asked for if it had any zoning letters to confirm that. I asked if it had any plans, if it had a survey, any impact fee confirmation, anything about the home dealership. You're right. It still hasn't run and put it in to see if this track is in the opportunity zone. It suggests capital stack. And then this is all what I got actually this morning. And I just added in. So wetland survey, rezoning approval, the road survey. And then this one was, I can't remember which one, but I added all these to the packet. And then this is the feedback it gave me from the rezoning approval. That was dated the end of 2024. So that the 64 pad mobile home actually was rezoned to TR3 for mobile home park usage.
So hold on a second. So because the original play was, it says RU 1 to 9 single family residential to TR3. So on that RU 19, we might want to investigate like how many units could you have put with that? Because why did they rezone it and then decide not to do it? I'm always looking for ways to make Swiss cheese.
I did say that it was approved for up to 15 units per parcel. And I think that's where the 150 units for low income housing came from.
Right. Well, but the previous zoning
It said RU1. I got what you're saying.
RU 1 through 9. So that could be maybe 9 units per acre. I'm just trying to determine why they would have rezoned it up to the TR3 if it already
Good
had
question.
a residential pathway before, but that's okay.
Good question. So that was one was the rezoning approval. Second
Got it.
was the survey that confirmed the acreage, the parcel geometry, access constraints. So just discussing drainage as well as some of I saw almost looked like a retention pond, but it looked like it was off of our plot when I looked at I did do a Google view of this, and it's like all industrial around there, lots of
Right,
truck
right.
parking. And then you've got the environmental and the wetlands report. If I remember correctly, the only bad part about this was it was from 2014.
Right.
And then, oh, the fourth document was an aerial access exhibit. So just confirming site planning.
Very good. Very good.
And that's about where I got to right now. It gives
Okay,
me
so go
updated
back
list.
to that list. Let's see what it'll do on that list of the four. Go back up to the top there. And especially since you put new data in it, it'll be helpful.
Talking about this list.
Your biggest due diligence items now. Let's see. No, it was more just bullet points, I think. Keep going. I think it was here, right here, the bullet points, right here. So before money goes hard, grab that right there. Just the immediate due diligence checklist, grab all of that. And then copy and paste that below, and then give it the prompt to answer all these questions now. All right, cool. Catherine, can you share while that's doing its job? Let's share back what we had going on. And so it shows here, the feasibility study is to test whether a 302 NOI is supported for the $2.8 million 47 unit RV park in North Carolina. So to defend this, there's a strong existing revenue from the 44 RV sites, glamping tents, rental RV, and cabin. This is a lot more like an RV park and
Right.
less like a mobile home park. Like the one we looked at yesterday, the guy has literally got RVs in there, but he's renting them like they're mobile homes,
Right.
right? So high peak season occupancy, premium nightly rates, meaningful ancillary income from the store, the firewood, the tubing, the kayaking, pet fees, late checkout, laundry, rental. Like they got 10 to 12 passive streams of income, right? Meaningful expense discipline looks good. Documented expansion upside. So these are all the points that the feasibility study looks at. North Carolina tourism is strong. Here's some of the points that we wanted to look at. So look at those. We've got outdoor recreation is huge in North Carolina. Camping demand is high. RV industry is stabilized post-pandemic, meaning like we had our peak and then we're back down. Now we're going back up. So, and then local regional support. This is, showing us our competition. We got Asheville, Bear Creek, Wilson's Riverfront, Blue Ridge, Old Fort. Like they're showing us all the prices and all the stuff. So, and if you want to just stay on public land, like $30 a night, right? Old Fort RV, $30 a night. So revenue model to support it has to look like this. Per the listing, we got 44 sites, 2 glamping, 1 RV rental, 1 cabin under rental, and I currently have 47 income units. So total 48 is in getting into completion. Based on those numbers, we'd have to have 44 sites times 365 times a 50% occupancy because it snows in North Carolina and it's cold. And these are the numbers we have to hit every night. Then this is the numbers we have to be at. So then looking below, the expense assumption down below shows operating expenses to be close to 60%. And that's how we end up at the 303. Okay. That 303, for it to be true, we need to have at least have the 50% occupancy at the numbers that we've seen. So we look at a sensitivity test, which is a sensitivity test. If you don't know what a sensitivity test is, it shows you what your RV ADR, the average daily rental, okay, $60 to $80, occupancy, $45 to or 45% to 60%. And so this will show the revenue scales on that. So that gives us an understanding of how hitting the 302 is possible or not possible. right? So in the most conservative case, RV sites only generate 562,000, which is about $70 a night. Average daily rental across all of our 48 units, and we're doing 50%. We will get about a 272% or $272,000 margin. So that's a 42% margin. See the way that I set it up, we gotta have 42% or 40% or more. It don't make sense, right? So valuation support going down. It shows cap rate at about 10%. That's a fair cap rate. As I had told people before, cap rates, if the cap rate is high, the price is going to go down. So, and on this one, it's showing that there's a net operating income of 302,000. Then that cap rate of 10% is validating the asking price of the 2.8 million, right? But if they're only making 250,000, you're going to want to offer less than 280,000, 2.8 million. You're going to want to offer close to 2.3 million. Because again, the price is based on the income, and that income dictates what your value cap is going to be. If they're not a nationally accredited, open for 20 years, then do it. Like if they're not that, they are double digit cap rate, always and forever. No, because again, the cap rate helps you determine your risk. So if it's under 10%, that means you're dealing with a bigger name brand like Camping World or something like that, or KOA. You got a KOA campground, that's a franchise. They get a 6 or 7% cap rate, right? Because the lower the number, the higher the price. But if they're not a KOA national branded boat and showing these numbers, well, hell, I don't know who they are. They could have had family coming out there pretending to be this, right? So we got to be at a 10% cap rate. So the debt feasibility shows us here that if we do about a $2 million loan, what we'll end up with is about at the worst case scenario, the 250, it's still a 1.4 DSCR. And then at the 302, we're at a 1.74 DSCR. That's good for investors like that, right? Market strengths, market risks, all right there. Utility seating, feasibility conclusion. That's where you're at. Go no will go. Here's where we're at. Go all the way down. This report right here, they're going to request all that stuff. Here's the way to negotiate it. I love the way this thing works. One more time. All right, this all looks great based on all this information. Go ahead and put together a fair market offer and explain how we would like to present this offer using all of the documentation necessary to validate the offer. So we request the opportunity to review all the documents listed above, and we would need to do so in order to present a PSA. So we're not looking to write a letter of intent completely yet. We're just wanting to make sure that we can get an opportunity for due diligence. And then we can send this to you, Tina, to then send off to that broker. Do we want to go back? Can we go back now to Trevor's? All right, so here we go. It says below is the current answers to every due diligence item based on the new files, right? So here's all this info. Looks cool. This is exactly what we needed, right?
Yep, got a lot of them answered at the top half from the survey and legal description, parcel ID, confirmation, jurisdiction, zoning letter, future land use designation, all of this. I'll skip through to the bottom and it summarizes what was still open and what we still need. So here's some updated conclusions. And
That's
then
exactly
obviously
what
some
we-
of the stuff we still,
exactly
some of the stuff we still need here.
Yeah. All right. So while I've got Saray and Trevor in here still, I do want to get with Amor and set up. Can you guys collaborate on getting a date and time set up for the Florida team? Because like stuff like this, I would love to be able to get Brent involved and have all four of us with Brent and his team break into something like this and see how we can do something here because I believe based on the info here, this is a ground up opportunity. Am I correct?
Yep.
So, and it's raw land for $1 million, and he's wanting to just get paid out.
Correct.
All right. Do you have the map of this thing that you can share on your screen? I'd like
You
to
want
see
like the Google map?
like a Google map. And I'll show you how to go look for the property in
I believe it is this parcel right here.
got it. It almost could be industrial or even
So these are all industrial. I believe. Hmm.
wow.
All industrial here. Look back up east.
Hmm.
And then our parcel is, I believe, this one. In this general.
100,000 acres, probably not a bad price for it, but it's not a usable 10 acres. That's for damn sure.
Correct.
And there's a lot of soil mitigation. It's got to happen there to get that buildable, I imagine. So we could get into that a little bit deeper on because I think you have the survey, right?
I do.
So let's just go back to the map, take a look at the map so we can get a good idea of what's surrounding there. Because again, it's like, I know it's close to the highway, right? What's that up there?
It is. This is 520. This goes all the way
Okay,
out.
520 and then 95's over that
And
way.
that's I-95 right here. This is
Is there any other mobile home parks? I'm not seeing like, I see like
um,
subdivisions, but not any mobile home parks.
now there's some subdivisions up here. I don't know that there's any other mobile home parks in the area. I'd have to run that and find out.
Right. And this is in Cocoa.
Cocoa, I'll zoom out and give you a little bit better on the read. You think Cocoa Beach is out here
Right.
on the actual shores, so you're inland.
Closer to lake.
Yeah, and then you got 528, which is the other main road. It's not far off there. And this is downtown Cocoa, right here.
Right.
It's
Right.
not far.
Well, it's closer to Rockledge than it is Cocoa.
Correct.
I'm looking at, what is this down here off of Puckenbaum?
Down here,
Puckybaum? Yeah. What is that? Puckybaum?
Blue Lake Equestrian. This looks like
Go to your right, screen right. That's a mine. Okay. Back out a little bit more. There was like a subdivision, it looked like, that dead in the water. Keep going to the east. Keep going. Right there. See those roads?
these back here.
Yeah. Slide into that. So you see how they built all those roads, but then nothing?
Harvest Landing by DR
Yeah.
Horton.
So do research on that. Why did DR Horton buy that, put the roads in, and then not build it? And it's got a 4-star, so it's full of shit.
Interesting.
I wonder if that's a leftover from 2006, 7, or 8. So, okay, cool. Back out a little bit more. And what I would do is do a screenshot of the site with the red pin on it. I do want to explore that site, but this one for now, because you got it in there already. Stop right there and just do the screenshot right there. And then we're going to go to another window, open another window and go to OZ 1.0 maps. Just type it in. Go down to We can use Novogradac for that. The Novogradac Opportunity Zone Mapping. There we go. Launch Opportunity Zone Mapping tool. And then it should pull up, go over to Florida, and we can go into that area. I know where we're at. And if you wanted to keep going, it's up there toward, I don't think it's even in that area because there's,
Right.
that's the B line, right? 528 or that's 520.
B,
That's not
B line's right here. This
yeah,
is
that's up there. So it's not in that zone, right?
correct. It's right around in here. It's just
Right
missing this.
there. It's outside of it. So I don't know if in the future it's going to fall into that area. Are there any of those links over there applicable, like the low income communities? It might be eligible in the future
Hmm.
because it meets the standard, but whether or not it will is to be determined. So you could petition for your state to make it part of it, but you won't know until the end of 2026, November sometime. So from an opportunity zone standpoint, it is not in an opportunity zone.
Got it.
So, but I think that area that we were looking at on the map, no, it's not. That subdivision that didn't get built, that's south of Pluckenbaum, right?
That was in
Right there.
right here.
No, it's right south of Pluckenbaum. It's got the lake in the middle of it. See the street, Casey Avenue and Trinity Street?
This one.
That's all vacant. So, all right. From a raw land standpoint, I think there's a lot of money to be spent there. If you want to run it through Deal Hunter and see what those costs are and do that as a case study so you got a better understanding of it. But just out of wild guessing on my experience in building in Florida, it's going to cost north of $10 million to get it ready for 64 homes.
Gotcha. I'll run it through there.
Right. And then when you add that $10 million into it, but we can test this real quick. Post your screenshot right here and just say, go verify if this is in an opportunity zone.
Let's see if I can calculate this.
So while we're waiting for that, Laura posted in there the link to the event that we're having next week. And it's May 19th, 20th, and 21st. We want to make sure everybody gets their tickets and gets there. We're bringing power packed speakers. It's going to be drinking from a fire hose, but this is like one of the most valuable ways that you can be around who knows how around all the things and expanding exactly what you guys are learning inside of building out your portfolios. So again, some of this stuff may feel like it's over your head. However, I promise you at some point, it's absolutely going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I went there, glad I attended, because now I need it for all the things. So make sure you click on the link, get your tickets so that you get the link and get it in your calendar. And then please share, like Katya, share it out to your entire, your group of fabulous, we'll call them pre-investors and pre-entrepreneurs. Blake, to your, all the fraternities, the sororities, all the things that you guys have, your communities, because we want to have as many who's that know how there and really create this as an actual networking event. We're bringing some pretty cool technology into this whole space. So I'm really excited to have all you there along with the entire community. So please make sure you get your tickets and get registered. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, it looks like it ran it through OZ. He's ready for you.
Do it. Let's do. Oh, you're fired. Do not click the X.
You
Hit
have
the
to click
5-star.
5 stars.
You got to give me
Whoops.
50 burpees. You got to go do 100 gators right now, bro. The
All right,
hell?
fair enough. Fair enough.
Killed it. Based on what it can verify, Coco's official Opportunity Zone page says Coco approved OZ tracks 623, 624, and 626. The official blah, blah. Current call not verified yet from the screenshot. Fastest way to confirm is to go to that. Look at that. So it wasn't able to do that. I'll have to dig into why it's not able to provide those informations. So, but it again, it at least is telling you that it doesn't fit in that framework. I think when it actually does, I'll have to teach it that when it is not, to say that it's not.
Right,
But because when it is in a zone, it'll say yes, this is in an opportunity zone.
right.
But when it's not, it's like CYA lawyering itself saying, "I'm not sure, go check." You see what I'm
It's
saying?
not pulling it up from that site. Well, and I'm wondering if it's part of the 1.0 going away and the 2.0 coming online.
It could be that though. It could be that too. All right. Well, it is 10:01. Does anybody else have anything to throw in, say, and pitch in with?
We're
today?
gonna call Tina afterwards.
Okay,
Tina, we're gonna call you.
I've got a meeting that I was supposed to be on at 9:30 and I missed it.
Oh, what?
My bad. And then looking at the calendar, where are we at right now? We got to talk to Alyssa because I'm glad she's here today.
Yep. And then we gotta do the data center and RV parks.
We got to get that stuff done. And we've got that meeting at noon, 2:00 meeting with, I think that's another BS call.
Do we want to pray and then let everybody go? So
We
they're
can
not
do
listening
that.
to our schedule
We can do that.
because I don't think they
I
really
mean-
care.
I will text you guys about setting up the Florida meeting. I already talked to them more about a time for that as well. I just need your help coordinating
Got it.
what
And
works for y'all.
make sure we're looping Saray in there.
He sees you in
Okay.
this calendar. And this.
What happened to that?
I don't know.
Make sure we loop Saray in there and Rook.
Yep.
What do you call that guy?
Daniel. It's
Daniel.
Daniel Rook. Their last name is Rook.
He's gonna be Rook for me forever.
You better not call him Daniel. Y'all are gonna get me in trouble.
His name's Daniel. We're gonna call him.
Goes by Rook.
We're gonna call him Danny.
He will not like that.
He will not like that. Won't go over well.
He is big, but I'm
I
also
think he's like
I'm
8
also,
feet tall.
yeah, I'm also 2,000 miles high.
Love it. Okay, let's pray and let everybody go.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessing of this day and the blessing of this life, and protect all of those that have done us wrong. Give them the opportunity to come back to your grace and allow us to give them the same. Otherwise, have mercy on them. In your name we pray, amen.
Okay, bye everyone. See you tomorrow.